Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And a card using the stamp set from, I think it was Simon Says Stamps April 2026 card kit. The card kit had sold out super crazy quick, and I had done a video on it. I'll have a link to the previous video I did using it in the end screen at the end of the video. And then recently I got my hands on the coordinating wafer dies because I of course ordered them. So I've made another card using stamp set, a few other things, and just had fun. So everything I used is currently available. If anything's out of stock, it'll get restocked. It's just the kits themselves that when they sell out, they are gone. But everything I used is available. I'll have links to everything in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps pay the bills, keeps lights on, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, let's get into making this card. So I'm using the A Little Artsy stamp set, and this was the one that came in that, again, I think it was the April kit. I won't be linking to the kit because, again, it's gone. But stamp set, the die set, the stencil set, etc. is all readily available. And I took the large bloom image and the butterflies, and I'm going to heat emboss these onto some Neenah cardstock. So I use my anti-static powder tool. I'm inking up the stamps with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and going to ink them up, stamp them a couple times, and then I'm going to coat these with clear embossing powder and then melt that with my heat tool. And that will give them, one, a shiny like finish, which is always fun, but also the embossing will resist the ink I apply on top, which with the inks I'm going to be using, not a big deal because they don't have any pigments to them. Like they're not going to obscure any of the black stamp line, but it's just a nice effect. Plus this ink, the Nocturne ink, does take a bit to dry. You could just stamp them, let it dry, like heat set it, let it fully dry, and then can do your ink blending, things like that. I'm actually going to show later how I go around that. But with the Nocturne ink, because I love it, I love this ink because like look how black and crisp and amazing it is, but it does take a while to dry. So if I was to do this without heat embossing, I would probably just leave everything overnight and then come back to it the next day just to prevent smearing the black ink. Because yeah, but do I have patience for that? Of course not. Heat emboss all the way. Anyway, I wasn't originally going to use the stencils because I was just going to slap the ink on. You could. You totally could. And then I had them, so I decided to use them. The benefit to this is when I die cut these, it will keep the outline more crisp, which sometimes that really bothers people, having that white outline. So you could skip using the stencils, just add the inks, and the ink will, of course, go past the edges, and that'd be fine. That's literally what I was originally going to do. Another option, I've shown this in other videos too, is after you die cut, if you don't like that white edge, is to just take a marker and go over it. I thought about that too, but in the end I ended up going with like a more white background. So it literally depends on my mood, whether or not I care. Sometimes the white outline does not faze me at all. Other times I'm like, nope, I'm going to cover that. So I used very bright colors, and I only used two colors for the flowers. I used Simon Pawsitively Saturated Inks. I used Zest and Coral for the flower. And then to really contrast that, for the butterflies, I'm using Periwinkle and Royal. Just, so good. So good. I don't reach for Royal enough. I've talked about this a million times. When it comes to blues, I have to like really just make my intentions known. I don't know, you guys. It's a weird thing. And yet I love blue. I love blue. I just need to make a point of reaching for it. And this Royal shade is really pretty. In my head, I always think it's more navy. It's not. It's just a really deep, bright blue. And these butterflies, Royal and Periwinkle, a combo I need to do more often because lovely. It makes they look like they're glowing, you know? Anyway, I die cut them with a coordinating wafer dice, set them aside. My background, I pulled out the Nature in Bloom background stamp. I had it face up on my desk, inked it up with Nocturne ink, slapped a piece of cardstock on it, pressed with my fingers, purposely didn't make it even. If you wanted even, you could use your stamp positioner, or just, I've also shown in videos doing exactly like I did, but throw a scrap piece of paper on so you get better coverage without getting ink all over yourself. But it doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to add a bunch of splatter anyway. So after I'd stamped the background, I die cut it with one of the stitched rectangle wafer dies, adhered it to my card base. The big flowers, I put Big Mama foam tape on the back of so that these are popped up just a smidge, with a little bit of dimension. And then flip the card base over, trim off the bits hanging off. And then for my butterflies, I decided to put just a little bit of the foam tape just on the tips of the wings. And then I'm going to put liquid glue right where the body is so that the body is pressed down to the card front. And then the wings also have just a little bit of dimension. And was planning sort of everything so I have space for my sentiment, because the sentiment I'm going to use is also from that A Little Artsy stamp set, and it's quite large. You can see it there on screen. But we're going to splatter before we get to that. So now that I've got my card front assembled, I decided to pull out some of my distress spritz, because I talked about this a lot a while ago. I had them all in a very inconvenient spot, basically. And that was annoying, and I wasn't using them. So I got the little storage tins. I'll link to those that they have to fit. It's like a dozen, because there's, I think it'll fit a dozen bottles of the distress spritz. Because do I have all the colors? Of course I have all the colors. Anyway, I moved them so it's more convenient, so now I can use them more. So I pulled out 2 colors. I pulled out Spice Marmalade and Peacock Feathers. And these you need to shake very, very well. I keep, the tins, I keep stored upright, like on their sides, so that the bottles are all upright. I do not store liquidy products like this, like sprays, etc., on their sides. Only when I'm working with them. You can see that bottle on its side. But when I'm storing them, I keep them upright because you just don't want these to leak. It would be such a nightmare to clean up. So when I'm working with them, though, I'll leave them laying on their sides, but they need to be shaken up. All that beautiful shimmer fabulousness sinks to the bottom. So shake them up really well. And then what I like to do with these, rather than spray them, is I shake them up, take the top off, and I dip a brush in and splatter, as I showed. And it gives it a little bit of sparkle too, which makes me happy. So I splattered those colors onto the card front, and then I went in with my Pawsitively Perfect white splatter medium, stirred that up as well, splattered that with my fan brush, and then I'm going to add some black splatter because that's just what I do. So same thing, stirred that up, used my fan brush, and added black splatter to all of this. And yeah, this was fun. So while the splatter was drying, I white heat embossed the sentiments I chose to use onto some cardstock and die cut them, and we'll get to that in a second. On the inside of the card, this is where the stencil came in handy. I used the stencil for the floral, and I'm stenciling first so that I can stamp the floral after this, because like I said, the Nocturne ink does take a bit to dry. I get impatient, especially at this point. I'm like, this card is nearly done, and I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. And this was all an afterthought. So I stencil first. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like, these inks do soften and blend and all the things, but stenciled first, then lined up the stamp over it, and then I'm going to stamp it. So that's another way you can do things like this. So once I got the stamp lined up, stamp that, and that's just going to finish off the inside. I decided not to add anything else because that floral is just a statement. I love it. So the sentiment for the thanks word, I white heat embossed that onto some, is it tropical? Y'all, I don't even remember the name of the cardstock offhand. I still need to do all my cardstock swatches. I have some. I still gotta, I need more hours in the day, I need more hours in the day. Island blue. Nice bright blue. Island blue cardstock. White heat embossed it. Die cut it with a coordinating wafer die. Die cut a couple scraps from the same cardstock. Adhered them together for dimension. And the sub sentiment, I had white heat embossed onto a scrap of black cardstock, and then I die cut it with one of the sentiment label wafer dies. Trimmed off the end with scissors. And then to adhere it to my card front, I used just a little bit of the Big Mama foam tape just to fit over that floral, and then a bit of glue. And then I can adhere that into place. And then I'll adhere the thanks word, and then I can trim off the bit of that sentiment strip that's hanging off with my scissors. And then once that was done, I'm going to add several colors of bling because, you know, if you've got them, might as well use them. So several Pawsitively Dazzling gems in Surf, Sunbeam, Royal, and Mandarin. And I've done this in other videos too, like in their little containers because these are all glass. So they make a fun little noise in the container. And yeah, I didn't go crazy with the gems though. I just used several colors. So sprinkled a few of those on, adhered them with the liquid glue, let the glue dry, and this card is complete. Kind of tried to show with my flashlight the sparkle of the spritz. It's really difficult, especially when the heat embossing's also reflecting. My camera's just like, yeah, no, but it's there. It's subtle, but it's there. So bright colors and tons of splatter, and this was a lot of fun. So as always, everything's linked below. I'll have that other video linked in the end screen at the very end. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, thumbs upping, commenting. It helps. I appreciate it. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!